Now we will discuss the relationship between social work and other social sciences. We will see that what kind of link social work as a social science has with the other disciplines of social sciences. So, as the Professor Friedlander says, that social work has drawn its knowledge and insight from political science, economics, psychology, sociology, medicine, psychiatry, anthropology, biology, history, education, and philosophy as well. But by synthesis, it has developed into a science of its own. Social work basically accepts and adapts only those concepts which enable social worker to understand their clients and the problems of the client. The social worker's approach to knowledge from social sciences, other social science disciplines, is selective, and social workers use this body of knowledge which they borrow from other social sciences only when they are in need of using this knowledge for the welfare of the client and for the solution of the client's problem. Initially, we see that in the evolutionary phases, social work profession, no doubt, borrowed some concepts from other social sciences, which contribute to the understanding of human nature, social system, and social problem. But it has now, the social profession has now developed its own body of knowledge, techniques, approaches, skills, and methods of its own. As a profession, social work depends upon the body of knowledge based upon these and other social sciences, the specific structure and function of social welfare activities, and the skills and responsibility which is required for each professional performance. Social science is an umbrella term. If we see the definition of social sciences, that social science is an umbrella term for many different disciplines. As I have discussed earlier, that include sociology, anthropology, psychology, and a lot of other social sciences. And these social sciences study human interaction, human behavior, the social environment, society and the relationships, and the social processes, social institutions, so on. Different social sciences focus on different things and look at the human beings and study the society from various and from their own perspectives, which makes them distinct from one another. For example, sociology is the study of human society and focuses on how groups of human interact and behave, how the individuals exist in the interaction and are influenced by the society and in a reciprocate manner influence the society as well. Psychology, on the other side, is focused on the study of the behavior of the individuals. And social work, on the other hand, is a profession mainly concerned with helping individuals, families, groups, communities to enhance their individual and collective well-being. And its main aim is the total well-being of the society, the whole welfare of the human community. It aims to help people to develop their skill and their ability to use their own resources and those of the community to resolve the problems. Social work is concerned with individuals and personal problems, but also with the broader social issues, with the broader social problems which prevail on societal level, on community level, or maybe on international level, such as poverty, unemployment, drug addiction, domestic violence, and human trafficking. In short, the study of relationship between social work and the other social sciences is useful and quite effective for grasping the comprehensive nature of social work itself, and also for the understanding of the multiple branches of human knowledge which come to contribute in the affairs of human beings, and the human beings are said to be the social being. So all the social forces which are working within the human environment is needed to be studied by the social work practitioner, so they can address the social problems in a more comprehensive manner. So far as the link between social work and psychology is concerned, we see that psychology is generally understood the study of mind. And McDougall has called it the positive science of conduct and behavior. Murphy, another thinker of psychology, has defined it as the science that studies the responses which the living individuals make to their environment. Psychology studies the general principles of human attitude and behavior. The fundamental laws of motivation, perception, learning, memory, and thinking are universal to all human beings, belong to all human beings, irrespective of the culture and social environment they were brought up in. As a study of mind, psychology studies an individual in abstract. It studies the mental aspects of individuals through individualistic approach, with special emphasis and attention on the internal qualities of individual and their manifestation in terms of their behavior and conduct. The theory of social work has an intimate relationship with the theory of psychology because in the task of solving individual and group problems, it attempts to study individual from his mental perspective, from his thinking perspective as well. It studies the social psychology of individual, which is concerned with the behavior, with the human conduct in the peculiar circumstances and social problems from societal point of view and from individual's perspective. This knowledge is no doubt very important and essential for social work practice, as it is concerned with individual needs and problems. And one of the major setting in which the social work intervention is being conducted is casework, where psychology can be of great help in the counseling of the individual and in the behavior therapy of the individual, when the social work practitioners are going to introduce a change in the behavior patterns of the individual. Social workers helps an individual after having studied his or her attitude, perceptions, learning ability, intelligence quotient, which form significant parts of individuals' personality and individuals' behavior patterns, individuals' attitude, and very often problems of individual stem from the inadequacies of these factors and take the form of social problem. For this reason, a social worker needs the knowledge about different dimensions of these factors. As social worker tries to affect the behavior of the individual concerned and tries to make necessary modification for inducing problem-solving process. Hence, a decent part of the knowledge of psychology has been incorporated in the practice of social work profession, and as well as in the theory of social work profession. Now we will see the relationship between social work and another social science, which is economics. Marshall, in his definition on economics, emphasized on the welfare aspect of human beings. In his words, economics on one side is the study of wealth, and on the other hand, a part of study of man. As a branch of knowledge, it deals with wealth, but it is concerned with wealth in the sense that it studies man's action regarding how he earns wealth and how he spends it, how he makes the use of this wealth, and how he meets his daily life needs from this wealth, and how he makes the use of economic resources, and how he can develop his potential to earn this wealth and can be engaged in economic activities. Economics is a social science studying how people attempt to accommodate material scarcity to their wants. In reciprocate manner, fulfillment of material needs of an individual is an important aspect and closely connected with social life. Hence, economic aspect of life is an important factor in his growth and development, no doubt. His personal and social life is affected to a great extent by economic conditions of the society. So the social workers, when they are going to study the oppressed segments of the population, there is a need to see the economic and earning patterns which are existing within that society, that in what kind of the economic activities the people of the community are indulged, and what are the deficiencies and flaws which are available in these economic patterns and economic modes of the society, which are putting them in the vicious circle of poverty, and how how the certain measures can be taken to bring them out of this vicious circle of poverty which is existing from generation to generation. Social work as profession primarily deals with the problems of man and the society. Problems of individuals and the society arise due to unfulfillment of their material needs. Therefore, social work has to look into the economic conditions of the individual and the society before taking steps for the solution of their problems. Social and economic conditions are interconnected and interrelated. It is therefore important to study the economic conditions of the society while studying about his social conditions for his growth and development. For this reason, while formulating the theories of social work, adequate care has been taken to include some relevant part of economics in the knowledge of social work. This is very important. Now we will see that how social work relates with political science. Political science is considered the science of the state. It deals with association of human beings in the form of political units and the government. Political science explains about the nature and functions of the state, its importance, organization, administration, principles, policies, and its laws and legislation for the well being of the society. It also explains the suitability of policies, plans, welfare schemes, and their implementation under the public domain. The state has the power to control all types of economic, moral, cultural, and religious relations and mutual interaction between individual groups and communities. There are a number of problems which can effectively be solved through enactment of legislation. Social work takes the responsibility to deal with the problems of individuals, groups, and community. In this task, social work tries to study the nature of association and interaction of such individuals, groups, and communities for inclusive growth and development. Moreover, in the welfare state like UK, Canada, where the government takes the responsibility for ensuring welfare of the people and for the welfare of all sections of the population, social work has to seriously look into the policies and these welfare schemes and these welfare programs and link them up to the needs of the communities for the betterment of the people. In this sense, a social worker needs to have the knowledge about all these for the better performance of his duties and to understand the welfare service delivery mechanisms and its outreach to the deserving sections of the population. Thus, looking into such requirements of the knowledge of political science and social work practice, some political science, like other sciences, has been incorporated to the body of knowledge of social work. Statistics is also considered a social science. So, if we see the social science of statistics from social work perspective, it is generally understood that statistics is the science that deals with the numerical representation of data for analysis of various facts. According to Seligman, that statistics is a science which deals with the methods of collecting, classifying, presenting, comparing, and interpreting numerical data to throw some light on any sphere of social inquiry. And similarly, according to King, the science of statistics is the method of judging collective, natural, or social phenomenon from the result obtained from the analysis or enumeration or collection of estimates. Statistics attempts to simplify complexities in studies. It describes a phenomenon in every field of social science for easy understanding of the social phenomenon. Statistical methods are the best way to measure the results of cause and effect relationship between two phenomena. Statistics enlarges human experience and knowledge by making it easier for human beings to understand, describe, and measure the effects of his own action or the action of others. So, social work discipline uses the body of knowledge of statistics to a larger extent to study the society on a larger scale, and while gathering data on a broader on a broader level about the social facts, about the social problems. Social work uses the approach of statistics. And simultaneously, as it is known to us that social work deals with different types of problems, and for this purpose, the information regarding the nature, severity, and factors is collected, organized, and analyzed. On the basis of this analysis, planning for the solution of the given problem is done. The statistics helps the social workers to effectively solve the problems of the individuals, groups, and communities by providing and on the basis of the accurate measurements of various facts which are associated to the different social problems. And statistics, therefore, finds an important place in the knowledge base of social work profession. Then social anthropology is another important domain, another important social science which has a great relationship with social work. Social anthropology is that branch of sociological studies which mainly devotes itself to the primitive human being and the primitive society. It studies the activities of human beings that bring satisfaction to psychophysical needs. Social anthropology basically studies the culture of the society, which is normally less changeable or changes very slowly. The folkways, mores, traditions, and values of the primitive civilizations are different than that of modern people, modern societies. Their nature and factors of problem also are different from that of the today's era, today's modern societies. So social work students receive information regarding tribal organization, their values, tribal life systems, their beliefs, culture, customs, and on the basis of this information, they try to understand the needs and problems of the tribal people, the problems of the primitive cultures and the societies. Then, an appropriate manner, in an appropriate manner, a proper action plan is prepared for the solution of the problems of the tribal areas, the nomads people, and the people who move from one area to another area and who are living in tribes from last many centuries. So this part of social work knowledge has been borrowed from the study of social anthropology. Ethics is also the branch of social sciences which has a great link with social work. Ethics is a science that deals with good conduct, with good behavior patterns. It helps one to understand as to what is right or what is wrong, what is good or what is bad, and what is necessary and required, and what is unnecessary and not required. It studies the righteousness or correctness of behavior in order to find out whether particular behavior is justified or not. The social background has to be kept in mind. The brought up, the socialization process, the education an individual has attained, education system which is prevalent in any particular community. On the basis of that and the gathered facts and evidences, the opinions can be made. So it is important to study the ethics as a social science important for the social workers. The behavior that is considered to be correct in one society may not be taken to be correct in another. It is on the basis of social behavior that the norms of morality developed. Therefore, ethics studies the social behavior from the point of view of standard of morality. Social work helps individual in solving their psychosocial and adjustmental problems. Most of the adjustmental problems are due to individuals' value conflict. These problems can only be solved by changing or modifying the behavior of individual. And this modification or change of behavior is possible by resolving value conflicts. And hence, to enhance understanding and skills in solving value conflict in the client, social work has incorporated some knowledge from ethics for the training of social work practitioners.